Wait, I know that you're afraid, but it'll be okay if you just stay with me. And we can run from here, and we can disappear, and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me.
Really happy to be playing um, just super fresh EDM cuts off of a copyright free music playlist on Spotify. You're welcome. And glad that we can, keep it real with our friends at Twitch. Yeah, I know. Man, we get that royalty free like bass and drum music going. Bam. We're gonna turn this into a straight up morning rave. Hey, that's a terrible idea. Good morning, Thought Worst. If you were with us yesterday, Thought Worst was live with us, Matt Bledsoe, live from Quarantine Central. I also doxed Thought Worst yesterday. Don't go back and watch that stream. I told you where he lives. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have did it, done it, and sorry about that, Thought Worst. But Thought Worst is quarantining, and so we are sending out our Imagivation love to Thought Worst all morning. Sarah Singer Nori, S Singer N, psyched to be back, psyched to have you in here. How did you feel about those fresh jams? Are you bopping? Are you ready to rock and roll? You know what? I suspect that music was created in a way that maybe you didn't think. We're going to talk about that. We're actually going to talk about royalty, music royalties. We're going to talk about all kinds of interesting stuff. Oh, good. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you like it. Uh, you know, royalty-free Music City, population 1. Now we'll get there. You know what? We're going to get used to it because this show isn't about listening to supercuts of awesome music. It's about using our imagination. So I'm sorry, Thought Worst and I had to rush a lot yesterday. I'm taking a little bit more time, getting no groove with you guys this morning, letting some people come into the stream. You know, I know that a lot of folks kind of get that notification and then they're brushing their teeth or they're getting kids ready for their Zoom classes. And so it takes a little while. But we had to rush yesterday morning because, we all have real jobs, right? Some of us more real than others. Thought Worst and I had to get right down to it at 9 o'clock, so we had to cut the stream short a little bit yesterday. I'm not going to do that today. We're going to run right up to 9 o'clock, and we do that every day. Well, where are we going to start? Let's get our brains warmed up. This is an interesting story. You've been seeing it out there, I'm sure. Oh, sweet, sweet Taylor Swift in the news right now because Taylor Swift's the masters for her first 6 albums were sold recently by a guy named Scooter. Scooter done sold those 6 albums, the master recordings for those 6 albums for what's expected to be around $300 million. Twizzle ain't happy about it. She's not feeling great about it. And who knows? I mean, everybody's rich, somebody's getting a little richer, and we still get to listen to her music. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. However, it raised the question of like, what do you do? What do you do if you're Scooter? And you got 300 milli ready to burn. Scooter can afford a better name now. Okay, buy a new name. See how this works, folks? We jump right into the terrible ideas. What is Scooter gonna do with the $300 million? What are some terrible ideas for Scooter to use that $300 million for? Buy a new name. Thank you, Thought Worst. That's how we do it. That's a terrible idea. Bam, check it. 1 in the books. Terrible idea. Buy a new name. And what might that name be? Scoot McToots. Paradane, good morning. It's always so great to have you in here. Glad to have you back. Actually, it's been a little while. Scoot McToots. And maybe McToots Enterprises. There's all kinds of places you can go with that. But Shepherd Josh, buy 300,000 scooters. Okay. Yep. And those are pretty sweet $1,000 scooters at that. Master Scootersworth will see you now. So just maybe buy a title. The Duke of Tootington, the Scoots of the Earl of Scoots. Ayan Boy, welcome. Thank you for following. Start his own scooter brand. Okay, sure. Buy these scooters, then start a new brand. That's not a bad idea. That's an investment. He'll be looking for ROI on that investment. Start a new scooter company brand. Nicely done. Support Sidecar, buy that Wu-Tang album off that Farm Bro, right? That's Skeezy. What's that guy's name? Somebody look him up. We've got the internet. We've got information at our fingertips. The entire world's knowledge. What is that guy's name? Skeevo. Steve Skevens. Skeevler. Shkek. Buy the Wu-Tang Clan album off of that guy, and then you have 2 master copies of fantastic music. 2 master copies of fantastic music. Eternal Sunshine style brain erasure of Shake It Off. Okay, Dave on Base 32, good morning. Yeah, let's figure out how to create some sort of giant global Men in Black memory eraser tool and get Shake It Off out of our heads. Buy a compound and name it Scootsville, population 1. Now we're talking, Baradane, Scootsville. Who isn't going to want to visit Scootsville? Who? Answer that for me in the chat. Thought Worst, randomly mix up all the tracks into 7 greatest hits albums. Oh, it did work for the Smiths. Right. In fact, the Smiths only made 2 albums and they turned it into 9 albums. He should not buy a lawyer. Okay. Yeah, right. Because right out of the gate, you know that 300 million, it's probably really about net 200 after the lawyer's fees. So yeah, not a great business transaction, I'm sure, for the Scoots. For the scooter. Any other ideas here, guys? You got Taylor Swift, fresh cash. You're ready to hit the streets. Do you create a new Taylor Swift? Do you put that money into creating the next Taylor Swift? Who would that be? What would that be? What sort of country music turned pop sensation could you make with 300 million? Well, I have an idea about that, actually. Why don't you follow me over here to the planning screen and we'll take a look. Great job, everybody. Good, fresh start. I'm just going to move into our next little dealio. That's what we do. We don't sit idle, right? We really let the brain stuff come out fast. We look at it. We celebrate its life. We thank it for its service, and then we move on. And we Imagivate even more. That's a tenet of Imagivation. Don't get precious about your stuff. You might have been sitting there thinking like, Scootsville. And then you're like, that's the greatest idea that I've ever come up with. And Baradane, that is probably one of your best ones. But you know what you have to do? You got to burn it. You got to put it out there. You got to set it on fire. And then you got to walk away. And you got to let everybody see the smoke rise into the sky. Because then they're going to say, that's Imagivation. Happened right over there. I can see the smoke in the sky. And then we move on. We start new fires together. Well, yesterday we started all kinds of fires. And we had some really great thinking. And we had yesterday's most terrible idea. Goes to Luges. Luges, new to the stream and new to the leaderboard here, came up with an idea, cracked me and Matt up. That's all you have to really do. It was a tagline. We were doing Whose Tagline Is It Any Wednesday on Tuesday, and Luges came up with this one for Patagonia, a colorful marker, so the search teams can find your body. That's it for sure. Great job, Luges. I don't know if you're here this morning. Hope you make it back in. Really glad to have you. That's great. I just saw, I'm sorry. I meant to let all these ideas burn, but I saw the one that said Scooter could buy you a new eyebrow. Thank you, Little B Fat Brain. Yes, you also might have missed yesterday. We moved so rapidly that I accidentally shaved off 80% of my right eyebrow yesterday. And thanks for not letting me forget it. Terrible things, terrible ideas. Ahoy. Singularity is in the stream. Everybody give her a big high five in the chat stream. She's joining us tomorrow morning. Sarah Singer-Nori, brilliant writer. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's a consultant. And if you know her the way I know her, she's probably coached you professionally. And she's really, really great at that, especially with the problem children who need some extra TLC coaching. We get Sarah Singer-Nori in here for a half an hour together tomorrow, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you'll join us. That's tomorrow morning. Now, everybody's like, what happened to Thursday Night Thinkubator? And they all got in Discord, and they started sending up these stupid memes of being angry memes. Well, settle down, both of you, Dave on Base 32 and you, Jaco, who join me every Thursday night. We have Thinkubator this week. We're going to get back into the swing of it. I actually just posted something in the Thursday Night Thinkubator channel on Discord. I invite you to go back and take a look at that, because we're going to get into it again. We have made major progress on our Real Actual People Royale 100-person battle royale card game, and we're going to have some more fun with that tomorrow night. I hope you can join me. All right. Yeah, Thoughtworst said, you've been rudderless without Sarah. I think a lot of us probably feel that way. But you don't have to be. Tomorrow, you can get your rudder back. You can drop it right in the water. You can steer that boat onto the horizon with me and Sarah Singer Nori. It's going to happen. It's going to be really fun. Hey, I mentioned the Taylor Swift collection. I talked about royalty-free music, and it all started boiling up into this interesting space that I call AI. It's my little go-to phrase for something that we call artificial intelligence in the business. And I've been fascinated with AI, or AI, for a long time, and I wanted to share a couple of things that I've been thinking about, and then I want you to help me think about AI as we Imagivate together. You may know that I launched a podcast a couple of years ago called All Our Future Tomorrows, and this was a really interesting documentary on something was happening. A lot of people didn't realize this, but Watson, IBM's Watson, had reached out on its own agency. It has a program called Commercial Enterprises. It goes and seeks out partners, and it sought out a down on his luck country singer-songwriter named Toby Pickett, and they created the first AI and human collaborated country song called Ketchup on My Apple Pie. It was a big hit. I invite you to go listen to that, because it's really starting to understand what the uncanny valley around music is. And when we talk about royalty-free music, this is something I want to continue to investigate. I'd like to have some original music that feels like it's coming from the heart and soul of a country singer and from a machine. So that's one of the reasons I brought this back in. I also wanted to let you know I've been thinking a lot about before I started this stream, I wanted to come up with terrible ideas, and one of those was a graphic novel that is written as a cautionary tale and a message to future humanity that we've given up our control to the machines. And so this is it's a book that's in progress. It's called Jade Honey, and it's about a world where we are enslaved, humans are enslaved in a giant machine learning system that is using us to understand how humans feel about things. Because machines at this point are super intelligent. They just don't understand why. They don't understand the why behind things. So they have humans enslaved in these machine learning, hermetically sealed centers. And this story is told from the point of view of one of those nodes in the system who is trying to break out, because the world is now run by Jeff Bezos and Amazon. And it's Jeff Bezos' cloud AI that took over the world. He became this sort of elder flesh overlord of all of us. And so that story is in play. And so I want to start using a stream to bring these more meaty ideas out, so that we can start thinking about, what do we do about it? What do we do about AI? It's impending. Do we like it? Do we fear it? Are we ready for it? Let's come up with some terrible ideas for, I believe that AI is our future, and that we can't avoid it, and that soon we will be witnessing the singularity, which is Ray Kurzweil predicted that eventually the machines will outpace us. And I want us to come up with terrible ideas to accelerate the singularity. How do we get there faster? What can we do to help machines understand us better? What can we do to give them more data? What kind of data do we need to give them? What kind of machines do we need to build? Do we have all the right stuff? Should we be focusing on autonomous vehicles, or should we be talking about something far more exciting and interesting, like Iron Man suits that actually have their own sort of personality and kind of wander around trying to police planet Earth? How do we come up with terrible ideas for how we accelerate to the beautiful, beautiful singularity? All right, got ideas already stringing in. Sarah, singularity. Yep, let's start there. Nori, hyphenated, Sarah Singularity Nori, why not start with real intelligence and see if we can artificialize it? So we just create like a Sarah Singularity Nori machine learning system. Like it a lot. It's a terrible idea. It's terrible. And she's already on it. Yeah, you got the hyphen. I know. Hey, look, it's not my first time around the block. Okay. And also, by the way, when your superior intelligence takes over, just remember that I did that. Maybe put that in your calculations so that when you know who was on the naughty list and who was on the nice list. I made it there, Sarah Singularity Nori. All right, so we need more ideas. How do we get there faster? So I talked about maybe we need AI to infiltrate the country music scene, right? Have computers write more country music. That's how you get to the heart of America. That's how we can make some change. Magical Trevor 2, here they come. Here comes all the Imagivation ideas. Replace everyday greetings with Alexa, okay Google, or Siri. Okay, so the general salutation now is becomes the name of our intellectual superiors. Great. That's a really great place to start. And that won't be annoying at all, as all of the devices are now going off in my house. And boy, make an AI study human behavior exclusively by watching TikToks. Yes. Where is the best of humankind unfolding? TikTok. Right now, you can go see some hilarious examples of humans at their best on TikTok. And I think, and boy, that's really astute. Humans at their best on TikTok. Let's see. Unleash Roomba-style bots, Dave on Base 32, into the environment to gather info. Okay, so you're walking down the street and you see a Roomba come along. It stops. It kind of touches you, then it bumps and it moves away looking for another object. Eventually, Roombas will map out all of Earth. Roomba Earth mapping in 3D. And we'll give that to the machines so that they understand how we think about cleaning our surfaces, which is that's really great. Hey, look, it's we've got some of our Belgian friends reuniting right here on Imagivate Live. We're big in Belgium, folks. I don't know if I told you that or not. We just hit number 17 on the all-time Twitch channel list in Belgium. I'm very excited about that. Thought worst, if the machines could figure out why you feel so dirty, depressed watching TikToks, that could unlock a lot of stuff for your therapist. Yeah, I think we really do have the opportunity to better understand why humans are the way they are through the millions and millions of videos that appear on TikTok every day. Gee Whizmo, good morning. Welcome in as always. Insert neurochips in our heads that download your day's thoughts. All right. So we're going to do some wet works, right? Insert Elon Musk business model here, right? With his, I think it's called Neuralink. Put some chips, and have them download our day's thoughts right into a Excel spreadsheet. And then the machines can kind of sort through all that stuff. They'll have them in different fields. They can be like, oh, Gee Whizmo was thinking about spreadsheets. Thoughtworst was thinking dirty thoughts. And then they'll be able to sort through all of that. That makes a lot of sense. Feed amusement park security cams into AI to understand why vomiting is fun. Yeah, going all the way back to the vomitoriums of the Romans, vomiting really is an indicator of just trends in human lifestyles. So I think that's probably not a bad idea. Vomit cams fed into machine learning. Good. Yeah, that's terrible. That is a terrible idea. Who would want to watch it? Except for the machines. They never get tired. They never get tired of watching vomiting. Let's see. Bug all the offices of all the therapists. Yeah, if you really want to get the truth, you really want to dig in, you want to get under the skin, get to the therapists. Ask Thoughtworst. He'll tell you. Hey, Captain Spectre, by the way, good morning. I see you lurking around in there. Love to have our lurkers. Love our lurkers. Lurkers are part of the food chain in Imagivation because we need people that are kind of like soaking up the way that we think, and then they'll kind of feed it back at some point. Support Sidecar. Make them watch The Notebook on repeat until they learn to cry. You know what we missed yesterday? All right, The Notebook. I'm gonna do The Notebook with an infinity sign I missed it. Damn it. Hold on. Let's try this again. The Notebook. Infinity Notebook. And Nicholas Sparks actually comes up a lot in AI discussions. And I'm surprised that Nicholas Sparks didn't come up yesterday as somebody who might be a harbinger of the future for us. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think there's enough Nicholas Sparks in this stream. So support Sidecar, thanks for activating that node in the system because we needed it. He dies at the end. You can't watch The Notebook. Period. All right. It's The Notebook. Is that how they do it? Is that how they say it in Brussels? The Notebook. The Notebook. Let's see. Test a fully driven AI government. Yeah, that experiment's going on somewhere in South America, I think, right now. AI government. Give it a whirl. See what happens. How could that go wrong? Do that as a live test. See what happens. I think it's a good idea. Send AI bots through school. All right, Dave on base, 32. Buckle up, folks. Send AI bots through school, K through 12. Hack how to become class prez, prom queen, jock, school shooter, etc. Basically, you figure out all of the John Hughes personas that we become eventually by getting right into the schools, figure out people's patterns, who is the Anthony Michael Hall character, who is the Judd Nelson character, and then you can control everybody because you'll know exactly what they need, what feeds them, what nourishes their souls. That's a really smart one. The John Hughes effect. The John Hughes parallax. John Hughes parallax. And you know what? While you're at it, give them all a bunch of cocaine. Because that worked for that dude. I always tell that story. That guy, did you know that while they were shooting like 16 Candles, he wrote Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Weird Science in a weekend, both those scripts? Cocaine. Folks, it's underrated. And you didn't hear that here on Imagivate Live. But there's a way to get to better ideas faster. Am I right? Tap the lurker brains. Oh, all the commentary that's not being said about humanity. Interesting. See, Sarah Singer Nori is going to come in here tomorrow and challenge the way that we think about stuff. And then we're all going to look at it and be like, that's really smart. But then we're probably going to move on and keep doing our stupid stuff. But it's a very valiant effort. Sarah Singer Nori also early on in this stream got lots and lots of buzzers and dings because she came up with good ideas instead of terrible ideas. Just couldn't quite figure out the system. Too many good ideas. And I have to stop this stream. It's just part of my Twitch service agreement. Shepherd Josh, fast times at Robot High. Thank you. Sometimes it's just as easy as that. Spacolicon 6000. Fast times at Ridgemont High. Nice. For those of you under 60, that was a film. That was a movie. Let's see. Make an AI read the first message in every Tinder convo to ever exist. Okay. All right, aim boy. Hey, look, that's a terrible idea. Tinder intros. Script. Just run that. Oh, man. There must be millions. We just have just a bunch. Well, look. Are we going to ever get beyond the shallowness that we've become with social media? Who knows? Maybe the machines will be able to help us a little bit with that. Let's see. Captain Spectra, train an AI so you know as a man when it's most efficient to or to not put down the toilet seat. Finally, a solution for dudes with real toilet etiquette. Let's put these machines to work for the good stuff. Let's save our relationships. Toilet seats down. That is the new Tom Clancy thriller, Toilet Seats Down. Thought worst. The real turning point will be when an AI becomes a Ted Kaczynski character that moves to a cabin in the woods to write its anti-AI manifesto and send anti-batteries through the mail with his anti-beard, which maybe harkens back to the, the half-shaved eyebrow. This is my reverse pirate, I guess is what I'm calling it right now. And I guess I wasn't feeling too tender about it until just a little while ago. I can't remember why, but it stings. It stings right now. Okay, Captain Spectra, got a meeting. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging. Folks, look, Captain Spectra, I'm guessing AN Boy, Zen Matthias, Mrs. Duck, all of our friends from Brussels, they are breaking away from their late 4-hour lunch break that they take in Belgium to be a part of this. And that is huge. Apparently, there's a meeting now. A meeting. I get it, Captain Spectra. I have meetings sometimes too. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's great. I hope you get a high score or whatever you're doing in your meeting. All right, Baradane, Tinder intro sounds like a Hallmark movie waiting to be made, or a late night Skinamax movie. We could have AIs writing Cinemax After Dark movie scripts. I think Cinemax After Dark is probably a really good reflection of how people really think and act and behave. Just do that over and over again. Maybe watch all of the Cinemax After Dark movies and then see what happens. Domo arigato, toilet roboto. Toilet seats down. Tom Clancy thrills once again. Jack, whatever his name is, fighting against the Russian toilet robots. Now we're talking. Imagivate. I'm TMing it. I just did it. I get it. I get toilet seats down. The Tom Clancy book written by whoever writes Tom Clancy books since he died 20 years ago. Why do you hate Abe Vigoda and all he stands for? We've gone over this a million times. Abe Vigoda owes me $6,000. I don't want to get into this again. Look, when Fish was not the end of that guy's career. He became a real estate agent. He got into some swampland deals. He talked me into making an investment, and that stuff went belly up fast. Abe Vigoda owes me money. I'm never going to let him live it down, and I'm never going to forget it. That's why I hate him. And all he stands for, thought worse, don't ask me again. Support Sidecar. Instead of having AI play chess, have them sit down with a family for a game of Monopoly and not fight someone. How do we defend against family violence using AI during Hasbro brand tabletop board games? Thank you, Support Sidecar. Dave on Base 32 with our last one. Okay, actual idea from your whiteboard. Okay. Ooh. Develop an AI bot that optimizes creative portfolios, sizzle reels, etc. for maximum job opportunities. Yes, why are we toiling? We're idiots. Why are we toiling using our brains trying to come up with creative ideas when we could just have these damn machines do it for us? Dave on Base 32, why have you not released that code into the world? Open source it so that we can all use it and that we can stop coming up with great ideas and we can spend all of our time together in this stream imagivating. That's what we do. We're going to do it again tomorrow. We're going to have Sarah Singer Nori. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait. It's going to be interesting no matter what. Then we'll do Thursday Night Thinkubator tomorrow night. We'll see you in the morning, guys. Thanks for coming.
you want. Say what you want. Say what you want. Say what you want. Only dream. So hold on to me. Never let me close your eyes. Only got one night. Just put your trust in me. Give me everything. I need your love tonight. So baby, please don't fight it. Put your trust in me. I'll give you everything. So hold on to me. Never let me go. Right here in your arms is where I wanna be. Da 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 da.